Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 52 of Cyber Resiliency 2025. This is Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the founder of CSTGIA, and this is our closing session for leaders, builders, and defenders of our digital future. Today, we are talking about securing the future from awareness to action in 2026. So let's set the moment where we're at. As we close out this year together, I want to invite you to pause for a moment, not to look backwards with regret and not to rush ahead with unconstrained urgency, but rather to stand firmly in the present and recognize something very, very powerful. We are truly standing at a great inflection point in our lives because cybersecurity is no longer a technical function sitting quietly behind the scenes. It is now a defining pillar of trust, stability, and national resilience. What we choose to do next, how we lead, invest, and prepare for that future will not shape just systems, but rather whole societies. So this final week of CSTGIA 2025 is about elevation, not fear, not fatigue, but rather focused on intentional progress. So this is really our reality check moment. And why it matters so much is that over the past year, we've witnessed a dramatic rise in AI-enabled cyber threats, increasing complexity in supply chains and cloud ecosystems, growing regulatory pressure across public and private sectors, and persistent workforce shortages in cybersecurity and data governance. Yet, despite these challenges, many organizations are still reacting instead of preparing. Because cybersecurity today is not just a technical discipline, it is a leadership competency, a strategic differentiator, a trust signal to customers, partners, and the public. The organizations that thrive in 2026 will not be the ones with the most tools, but rather the ones with the clearest intent, governance, and accountability. So the three pillars of a secure and resilient 2026 include strategic resilience, where we move from defense to design, because security cannot continue to be bolted on after innovation occurs. It must be embedded from the start of the cycle. This means aligning cyber strategy with enterprise strategy, treating risk as a business input, not an IT afterthought, embedding cybersecurity leadership at the executive and board levels. So ask yourself, is cybersecurity part of your strategic planning cycle? Do executives truly understand their role in the cyber risk governance lifecycle? And are decisions truly driven by risk intelligence or rather by reaction? So in our 2026 shift that we need to take on, we need to move from how do we respond to threats to how do we architect resilience by design into everything that we do across the enterprise. And that leads us to the human-centered security, because we are truly empowering the first line of defense. Technology doesn't fail, but people do. Or more accurately, people are rarely given the tools, training, or clarity in the cybersecurity space that they truly need to succeed. And thus, the most effective organizations treat cybersecurity awareness as a leadership competency. They design training that is contextual, practical, and continuous. And they build cultures where reporting risks is encouraged, not punished. Because cybersecurity is no longer about compliance, it's truly its own integrated capability. So our 2026 focus is on creating cyber competent leaders at every level, from the boardroom to the front line. Next, we need to focus on governance that enables, not restricts. Strong governance should accelerate innovation, not stifle it. In 2026, effective governance means clear decision rights and accountability, transparent data stewardship and AI governance, proactive alignment with regulatory expectations, and real-time risk visibility, not quarterly results. It also means breaking down the silos that can exist between IT and our cybersecurity and our business realms, between security and operations, between compliance and innovation. Good governance does not slow progress, it makes it sustainable. So, what do we need to do to make our 2026 commitment as we move forward? Well, this year, as we close it out, and as you move towards a more secure 2026, I invite you to make 3 commitments. First is the commitment to clarity. Clarity about what matters most. Align your people, processes, and technology around those shared priorities. Secondarily, a commitment to capability. Invest in skills, leadership, and systems that enable resilience, not just reaction. And lastly, a commitment to courage, the courage to modernize, the courage to challenge outdated practices, and the courage to lead in the greater uncertainty that all of us are experiencing across the globe. So our closing reflection for 2025 is that security is not a destination, it's a discipline. Resilience is not a product, it's our daily practices. And leadership, especially in times of uncertainty, is a responsibility that we all share. So as we move into 2026, let us lead with clarity, act with purpose, and build systems worthy of the trust placed in us. Because the future will not be secured by chance. It will ultimately be secured by the choices we make, hour by hour, week by week, quarter by quarter, day by day, decision by decision. So as you step into the new year, our calls to action ask you to reassess your risk posture, recommit to cybersecurity capabilities across all of your people, and truly redefine what resilience means for your organization. Above all, lead boldly. Again, this is Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the founder of CSTGIA, winding down our closing session for leaders, builders, and defenders of our digital future, securing the future from awareness to action in 2026.